When did free speech need a passport? Welcome back to #GoRight with Peter Boykin. Let's talk about a question that should never have to be asked. When did free speech need a passport? Freedom of speech isn't a global default. It's an American exception. We didn't inherit it from a king. We carved it out of rebellion. And now it's under attack not just from within our borders, but from beyond them. Across the oceans, bureaucrats with polite smiles and polished titles, regulators, commissioners, fact-checkers are deciding what you can say online. They call it, quote, regulated speech. Sounds civilized, right? Orderly, reasonable, until you realized what it really means. Government-approved truth. Everything else becomes forbidden. This isn't just a British oversight or a European quirk. It's a test. A global experiment to see if Americans will defend their rights when the censorship doesn't come wrapped in the stars and stripes, but in the language of diplomacy. If this lawsuit fails, global regulators will smell blood. They'll know they can punish speech anywhere just by calling it, quote, harmful. And the same political class that claims to defend democracy in our constitutional republic is quietly building a censorship system that, quote, democracy cannot survive. Speech isn't meant to be safe. Truth has always been dangerous to power, and power has always feared the truth. Ronald Reagan once warned, quote, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. And today we might add, it's never more than one regulation away from deletion. This isn't about one lawsuit or one platform. It's about whether the internet remains a digital town square or becomes a global plantation where speech is rationed by ministries of truth. The First Amendment doesn't need to cross oceans. It just needs to stand its ground right here on the shore where it was born. But here's the thing. The threat doesn't stop with speech. The same governments that silence you are wiring your streets, scanning your faces, and calling it, quote, innovation. From London to New Jersey, the surveillance state is spreading faster than any virus. Every so-called smart city camera, every biometric ID, every AI system that promotes and promises safety. They aren't protecting you. They're predicting you. They sell it as safety. They preach it as compliance and wrap it up in convenience. But it's control, one data point at a time. While citizens scroll in silence, the system builds its digital chains. And history won't call it tyranny. It will call it automation. Antidote is awareness. Defense is courage. The time to speak freely, loudly, and unapologetically is now. Because freedom isn't defended after it's gone. It's defended every time you choose to speak when silence would be easier. Remember, free speech doesn't need permission. It needs patriots. So don't forget to check out this full article about what we just talked about today on GoRightNews.com and other events on there where we don't whisper the truth. We broadcast it. I'm Peter Boykin, and this has been #GoRight. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.